So we can work a little bit on design now, make it look better to
Mhm.
go to the next step. That would be adding new tasks and completing tasks.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Okay.
we can try to replicate more or less this design idea that we have there.
Okay, so I have an idea. I'm going to save this app we didn't save yet
Uh
and
huh.
share it with you so you can do this part because I think you do this better than me.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for that.
Okay, so I'm going to copy this link. Just add here in the app so you can quickly access in there. Easier way. Let me just put in a label here. When I share with you, you have the link easily accessible. Okay, now let's see how to save the app. It's very important to save the app once you create it. I even took longer to save, but just save right away. Otherwise, you can close everything and you will lose if you don't save. After you save it, will auto save every 2 minutes, so there's no danger of losing things. In
Hmm.
this case, I'm going to press Ctrl S to save, or I could go to File and Save As. In this case, it will show the name I just gave when I created, and I'm going to click on Save. Okay, it's going to save now. It's saved. Now I can share my app with other users. If I click on Share, it's going to go to another tab where I can assign to other users. In this case, I'm going to assign to Leo. So here, and I'm going to make him a co-owner, so he can
Hmm.
also edit the app. If I
Hmm.
want the user only to be a user, someone only to use the app as a user but not edit, I just do not select here. And
Right.
here is a new thing, Leo. I never that just appeared a couple of days
Hmm.
ago. I
Hmm.
can write a message and upload an image that
Yeah.
represents the app.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's a new experience for this sharing process. Before we only had that checkbox in the end of
Here,
this
right?
page, yeah, where it
Hmm.
says send an email, and now we also can write the message and upload an image. That's interesting.
Yes. So Leo is going to receive an email saying I shared the app with him,
Hmm.
and he could open the app from there. Okay, I'm going to click on share.
All right.
And if he wants to open in his computer, I need to close on mine right now because it will block if I have
Hmm.
it opened in here.
Right. So this is important. Only one user can edit that.
Yes,
All
there,
right.
there is a new way coming. I
Hmm.
think it's in preview that
Yeah.
more users can edit at the same time. I
Hmm.
tested and I didn't like yet,
Hmm.
so I prefer doing this way right now. Okay, just closed, and now I think Leo can open in there.
All right. Let me refresh my browser here and see if I can already see this app. And of course, let me share my screen as well.
Hmm. Okay, I'm going to show your screen. Here it is.
Yeah, but I don't see yet the app you just shared because there's a small delay. Let me try a hard refresh for this page and see what happens.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a while to appear in there. If you open your email, the URL will be in there, and you can click.
All right, let me
Let's
see.
see. Let's see how the email appears too.
Oh, All right. So yeah, I can see that I received the mail saying that Rudimar just shared the app with me, and I have the option of running the app or editing the app. So let's edit the app.
See, the image was blank because I didn't assign any image to the app. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. I need to allow the connection. Yeah. All right. So I'm in and I can see that I have my own information here. Before we were seeing Rudimar full name, email, and image. And now I can see mine here. Right. So let's get our hands on. And one thing that we can do here, Rudy, is to navigate between screens. So instead of using this button for our hello world, we can use to navigate to the next screen. What do you think?
yes, I think it's a good approach.
Right. And I also want to do one thing. We have several teams here, just like in PowerPoint. So I want to try another one, maybe blue or purple. Which one you prefer, Rudy? Maybe green? Third choice.
Let's see the our example app. What's the color? It's a little blue,
Okay.
little bluish. Is there any blue in there that's not this blue that comes originally?
Okay, let's try this too. No, I don't like it. Let's go for this blue one.
Okay, or you can just change to another color just to give an example, and then
Yeah,
later, yes, just to show
yeah.
how it's possible to change themes. If there is a theme you like in there, you can just
Mhm.
change. Mhm.
Right. So just to make this point, you can change here the themes if you like any of this. But if you don't like any of this, you can also create your. You can create your own theme, but you can custom all the objects by changing the colors and so on. Right. So let's change the text here for what can be here. Start maybe.
Yes, or
Right.
go to my start is good.
Okay, so here instead of using notify, now we can use this function called navigate. And what navigate does is going to navigate us between the screens. So I need to specify the target, where it's saying the target screen to navigate to. So how do I do that? I need to write the name of the screen. Right now the screen is called screen 2, so let's give a better name for that. Maybe my tasks screen. Use plural here, make my tasks instead of my task. Okay. Let's go back to the formula. Right now you can see that we have this red dot here. Why is that, Rudy?
Wait a second. There's some error happening there. Something you didn't finish in the formula or you typed wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, so what's happening here, I didn't finish the formula, as you said. And whenever something is wrong in the formula level, we're going to see this red sign here saying to us that something is wrong. You can also see that here on the top, you have this app checker. So every time something is wrong, we're going to see also a red dot here. And if you click, you are going to see all the errors inside your app. So I think this is a good practice to check this and make sure there's no errors within your app. Right, so let's move on and navigate to my tasks screen. You see that we have simple quotes here, and that's why we have a space between the words. So every time you are writing a formula, a PowerFX formula, if there's some reference that have spacing between the words, you are going to need to use simple quotes. And now I can specify what kind of transition I want between from one screen to another. We have several here, cover right. So think of these like the transitions that we have between slides on PowerPoint. I'm going to use this one called fade. And now let's test. I expect to move to another screen right now. And yeah. Yeah. Nice. All right. So here we have the link to our reference, design reference. So first thing I can see that the background is this very light gray. And now I'm going to give a special tip. Even if you're not a Power App maker, you can use this. Is a plugin that I use on my browser called Color Picker, and allows me to get any color that is on the screen. So if I want to know what is this color on the background, I can just get this color picker and click right here, and I can see the X code for this color and the RGB. If you're not familiarized with it, these are ways that you can express colors. So I'm going to use this right here and copy it and go back to Power Apps and change the fill of our screen. So we have this property called fill. I can come here on custom and define the X code, or maybe the RGBA if you have also. But since I have the X code, I'm going to paste right here, and it's done. All right. Next step, let's work on the gallery, right? I can see here that the card is a kind of white, not sure if it's full white. So let me check it. Yeah, it's full white. So let's go back to our gallery right now. And if you notice, we have no kind of cards going on here. So let's try to recreate these cards on our gallery. Do you have any suggestion, Rudy, how we can do that?
I have one easier way is to, let's say, insert a button and put in the background.
Okay.
We could add,
That's why.
if it's a square, we can use a rectangle that's in there to insert to, or
okay.
There, I know that you know a better way that's using HTML to do that.
Yeah,
shadow.
But we don't want to scare anyone today, right?
Yes. So how do you want to go?
Yeah, there is some strategies that we can use to achieve this effect right here. And Rudy was saying that maybe I can use a rectangle, or maybe I can use a button. So I'm going to use a button, and the reason why is because buttons have this property called border radius. And if I want to change the border radius to make more round, just like this card, I can. And if I was using this rectangle, I wouldn't be able to do that. So that's why we're going for the button.
Good.
Right. So I need first to select on the gallery the template, and I'm going to paste inside of it, right? And let's just delete this text. We're not going to use that. I'm going to send this button back, and I'm going to change the color for white. Right. And now I want to do one thing. I'm going to work on the width. And I can define the width here maybe by just typing, some value here. This is a way of doing it. But I can also reference the size of the gallery itself. So if I say parent, and when we say parent, we are just reference the parent control. So since the button is inside of the gallery, the parent is the gallery. So I can get the width of the gallery itself. And this is good because, if we change the size, decide to change the size of the gallery, everything is going to change too. I'm going to delete this icon. There's a property here called template padding. That's an easier way to understand is going to define a bit of margin for the template on the gallery. So let's try maybe 10 or 20. Okay, 20 I think is okay. I'm going to delete this object right here. And well, now the width is not actually looking good. So to make things simpler, I'm going to use this static number 600, and for the height as well, I'm going just to drag until the end right here, right? We could use some formula to make that dynamic, but let's start with something more simpler.
Yeah,
Right.
Sounds good. And this app is in a fixed size. It's possible to make it adapt the different size, but it has its fixed proportion here. So we don't need to worry that much. This gallery will be always this size, but just know that we could do that vary and maybe adapt the screen width. Then the formulas would be very useful. But in this case, let's keep it simple.
Yeah, nice idea. All right, let's see what else we have here. We have this title called remaining tasks. I think we can do that too as well right now. So let's insert a label control, and again is remaining tasks. Right, so let's just type remaining tasks, and we have here the counting of the remaining tasks. We can try that later. Let's leave like this right now, and
Yes.
later let's see.
Leo, take a look at the template or reference. To me, it seems that we have two galleries in there. One that's showing only the completed ones that are before the remaining tasks, and the other that there are only the remaining tasks.
So you mean this green one on the top,
Yes,
right?
it seems on two galleries, right? I don't know. For me, it seems that if we wanted to show all the completed tasks. Then we would have some filtering here in this app to show the ones that are completed and the ones that are not. Right now we are showing all the tasks inside that gallery, but we could do that.
Yeah, you're right. We're showing all the tasks. But as you mentioned, we have the capability of filtering things right here. And I'm not going to do that right now because we only have a few tasks, but later let's add a few more tasks, and then we can
let's show all tasks now, and then once we add more tasks, we do that.
Okay.
But what about just changing the color for the one that's completed, the one that has the one number in there? So we have the white ones, and that the first one that's completed wants to be green. How can we do that?
Right. Interesting. So the property that controls the color of this object is called fill. So right now I can see that it's a white color, and we can create some condition, right, to define the color. So I can use an if statement, which is exactly the same as we have in Excel. So if I type right here, if, I can see all the cards are black right now because we have an error going on right here. So if I say if this item, and let's erase this, hoping intelligence appears, right? Status equals, so 0 means not completed, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if it's not completed, let's make this white. Interesting here in powerapps, you can just type the name of the color. There are some predefined colors and that you can just type the name. And right, so if it's completed, then we want to make it green. All right, so something is complaining about something here. I can see.
It's because in Excel it's recognized as a text.
All right.
Yes.
So in order to the comparison to work, I need to make this text, right? So now it's working. I can see the green right here.
Why don't you get that green from the reference? This one, it's looking too
terrible.
Green. Yes, I was going to say terrible, but then I just said too green.
Let's be honest. Right, so let's get this green right here, which is more light, more soft, and we can use this color value formula when we want to specify the X format, right? So right now we are getting the same green that we have right here.
Nice, way better. What about that icon that shows only for the completed? It shows green, and the other that shows gray. Can we do that right now, since we are working with if and with the color?
Yeah, let's do that. So we can add another type of object here called icons. So I will add this check, which is similar to the one we have there. There's also the check badge. Which one do you prefer, the badge?
The badge looks more like the one that's in there.
All right, so let's make the size smaller. So maybe 30 for the width and 30 for the height. And let's place right here on the beginning and make the text here more to the right. Yeah. Right, so we need to create another rule. Basically, it's the same type of rule that we just saw. And here we need to define this color property. So in the previous object, we defined the fill property. And in this object, we are going to define the color. Why is that? Because fill property here means the background, and color property means the color of the icon. Right, so let's do the same. If this item dot status equals to 0, then I want to make this, let's say black for now, then we can change later. Otherwise, I want to make this green. Right? What do you think, Rudy? This green is okay?
No, it's okay for this icon. Yes, you
for
could
the icon,
put
okay.
gray, I guess, for instead of black.
Yeah. So instead of black, we can use gray because black gives us a high contrast between this white background. So we can type gray, and we have,
looks good.
More soft black for this icon. All right.
It's looking good. It's looking good. I think since we have the status in there, we don't need anymore that 1 and 0 showing in the gallery because we already know. Okay. Or we can write the status, but I think just get rid, because the colors already tell us the status. We don't need to replicate information.
Yeah, yeah. And I can see here that on the right, we have the date, but the date is in a different format. I would say that this is more, user friendly to read. What do you think?
Yes, yes, but for the completed, it's like we have the duration that it took
Mm-hmm.
and the remaining tasks. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
that maybe that's the due date.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Okay.
so let's put the due date right now for everything, because we only have one gallery. In the
Mm-hmm.
future, when we separate, we change things. What about?
Okay. Okay. So I'll leave the other dates here, but for the due date, let's make that format. And to make that, we can use this text format. Sorry. And I think that we have the same format on Excel. So we just need to type right here. I can see that we have some predefined date format here. Let's see if we have what we need. Maybe short date. I don't remember when you have no. That's not what we want. So we can define that by just typing here. We
The
have,
format you want.
yeah, we have the day and the month. The month, the day actually. So if I type MMM, I can see the month, and space D, and now I can see the day as well.
Looks very good.
Looking better,
Looking
right?
better.
And I can,
Deserve some applause.
yeah. All right.